Hi everyone, welcome to Creative Stampin' Designs. My name is Karen and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Central New Jersey, and we're going to make a card today. How's everyone doing? I'm going to do my best here to follow along with any comments, but I'm usually not able to, since I just have an issue with reading comments and making a card at the same time. When you hop on, just say hi and where you're from. Hey Amy, how are you? I'm a little bit hoarse. So we're going to try to get through this with no coughing or anything. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go through with this today. Hey Donna, how are you? Thanks for joining. All right, I'm going to get started. I have a little bit of a mishmash of everything today. Using the Charming Sentiments for the sentiments, the flower from the Quiet Meadow, and I'm using the Butterfly Kisses DSP for my card today. We're going to get started. I did some of the prep work ahead of time because I did not want a repeat of last week. So I'm starting with a panel of fresh freesia that is 10.5 by 5.5. I scored it at 3.5 and it's 7. So we're just going to fold those. The only announcement I have, which my printer decided it did not want to cooperate with me today, was Stampin' Up! Is doing their tax-free or sales tax holiday. So there's 14 states that do not have a certain amount of time that you do not have to pay taxes on certain merchandise. It's a back-to-school thing. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Donna. Thank you for joining. I will post it on my blog. I tried to print it out multiple times, and I think my printer just got mad at me. But Alabama and Puerto Rico are the first ones. They start on July 15th, and then Florida is after that, I believe on the 22nd. But I will post something on my blog about it. Okay, so that's the extent of that part of the fold. Okay, we're going to decorate it a little bit. I have everything pre-cut. The only thing I didn't pre-cut was the sentiment, which I will do. So I have a panel of the Butterfly Kisses DSP. And the colors in the DSP say Starry Sky. But to me, it was more Night of Navy. When I put it with Starry Sky, I don't know, it didn't match the way I thought it should. So I went with Night of Navy. And I think I'm going to regret using the Stampin' Seal today. And just like I tell you every week, I will go back and reply to comments since I'm not always able to read them. All right, so the DSP that I cut is 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then the mat is 1/8 of an inch bigger, which is 3 3/8 by 5 3/8. Again, I will have all the measurements on my blog on Friday, creativestampindesigns.com. All the measurements along with the directions and a link to the video. All right, then I have 2 more panels, if I can get them, 2 more panels of the DSP that are going to go on the inside. I'm using liquid glue with these. And we're just going to adhere these inside. And these are I believe 3 3/8 by 5 3/8. I did not want to put mats on the inside because I figured it'll be a little too bulky, especially the inside has a pop-up mechanism, which I did sit and cut the butterflies from this DSP because I do not have a die cut for them. And I don't think even the stamp set that goes with this has a die cut. Excuse me. I am sorry. I am really hoarse. Okay. So that's that part. Because of the way the inside is, the back is going to be where you can write. Okay. So I cut 3 pieces. I already have these partially put together. This is Night of Navy, and it is 6 inches by 1.5. It is scored at 1.5, 3 inches, and 4.5. And then I have 2 1 3/8 by 1 3/8 inch panels of the DSP. And we're just going to adhere them right on the center too. It is a warm one outside today, but the humidity doesn't seem to be too bad. It was beautiful when I walked to work this morning. It was really nice. And then when I got out of work and came home, ooh, what a difference. Okay, so I'm going to give these a little fold. On the fold. Now, like I said, I did some of it ahead of time. There's the other 2. I figured you didn't need to sit and watch me doing all of them. So I am going to just add liquid glue, which you can do liquid glue. You could do, you want something a little stronger. So you could do liquid glue. You could do tear and tape. The liquid glue happens to be what I had out. And we're just going to, whoops, we're going to adhere that right like that. And we'll put this one right on the bottom with the same, I'm eyeballing it. It's, I guess, not even maybe a 1/4 of an inch. Make sure I'm in the camera. All right, we're just gonna, you want them to meet right on, so they're gonna, when you fold the card, they pop out. We're going to put the other one in. I was not going through what I did last week. That was disastrous. So I made sure I had everything cut ahead of time. And what I'm doing is I'm lining them up. I'm lining the center fold with the fold line. So I'm not doing any measuring or anything. I'm just lining it up the way I think it looks right. And then when you fold it, everything folds in. So the card is 3.5 by 5.5, but with the extra bulk, it'll fit no problem in the in an envelope. So there, that's all it is. I made little squares that just go inside, and then we're just going to decorate them. Hi, Gloria. Thanks for joining. Hi, Karen. Thank you for joining. I just looked up and saw a bunch of comments. All right, and so this is what I sat and I cut all these little butterflies. Jamie would be so proud. I don't know if Jamie's on today, but she would be so proud of all these little die cuts. All right, there's a couple that are for the back. And I'm just going to adhere these randomly to the little squares. And I'm not going to, I have all different sizes here. They do, they can hang over like this, but they can't hang over that way, if that makes sense. So, because if you I'll hang like this one in the middle. I'll just adhere it on the one side. That one will be okay, but then the ones on these, if you put them on that, you have to keep it on that because otherwise it'll fold. It'll bend when you fold it in. Actually, no, I can do one like that. I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. All right, so I'm just going to pick and choose a few of these to put on. A couple of them almost lost an antenna when I was doing them. So we're going to put the glue just on. Actually, I want to make sure I should have used glue dots. So you know what? To be on the safe side, we'll put it like that. So then when you fold it in, it'll be just inside. Actually, we're going to give it a little, just like a 1/16 of an inch in. Okay. And then we'll put, actually, I'm going to use glue dots. I'm not using the liquid glue because I need a little more control here. Thanks, Karen. All right. And I'm trying not to use any that have the night, well, starry sky, as they say. I'm still saying it's Night of Navy. There's my little pokey tool thing. Just put the glue dots on the bottom. And then we'll put one more. Top. Yeah, I was trying to make a nice easy card for today. And that defeats the purpose of the non. I'll decide if I'm going to put any more after I'm done. I do want another one over down on this one. Okay. And I've got more, so if I decide to put more, I will. Right now, I'm stopping at those. All right. Now I'm going to stamp the sentiment. And I'm using Wishing You Everything Wonderful for the front, and I'm stamping it in Night of Navy, since I use Night of Navy cardstock. And I'm just going to stamp it in the middle, because I am going to cut it out. The Charming Sentiments has dies, the Sentiment Silhouettes, which, so here's the dies. So these sentiments, these dies cut out the different sentiments. So this one here is the one I'm going to use today. And then there's candles, there's flowers. These are flowers, fireworks. I guess this is a glow to go on top of the candle. Hearts, stars. We're going to use this one here, and I'm going to put it the right way. And it's going to cut it out just like that, so I don't have to fussy cut this one. So I will be right back. I'm just going to cut it out off to the side here. Hope we get this for the first shot. And I did not. It cut off part of it. That wasn't supposed to happen. Does this fit on that? Okay, we're going to try one more time. It moved as I was going through, because I didn't... Usually I put a piece of Post-it tape or something. Close that. We're going to try this one more time. And hopefully it'll cut properly this time. Actually, before I cut, I am going to put a little piece of Post-it tape so it doesn't move this time. And this is the reason I usually cut these ahead of time. Okay, that's much better. Much, much better. All right, now I'm just going to pop this up on the front with some dimensionals. Excuse me. I'll just put a few dimensionals on it. Make sure it, we're going to put 4. That seems like a good number for me. And I didn't do much more decorating on the front because I figured the DSP was doing all the work. So I figured if anything, I'll just put a couple little embellishments. Okay. And then on the back, this is going to be the back panel. I am going to stamp the flower from Quiet Meadow in Tuxedo Black, if I can find my black. And we're really going to hope we get this right the first time. That's good. And then I have the sentiment that I'm going to stamp in Night of Navy. Just wishing you the happiest of birthdays. I'm going to put that right toward the top. Boy, I'm hoping this is straight. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of coloring. Maybe. And I'm kind of just sticking with the colors that are in the DSP as far as for the leaves. Even though the leaves of the DSP I used are the blue, I'm doing them in the Parakeet Party. And then I'm just going to give my, whoops, I need the dark one first. Give my flowers a little bit of color. Of the dark, and I'll go over them with the light. I'm gonna leave the edges, the ends, white, just because I just like the way that looks, and it looks like some of the flowers in my yard. And let me just adhere this to the Night of Navy mat. And we're going to put this on the back panel. Like I said, I might put a couple more of the butterflies on the inside. This will go right on the back like this. So this gives you room to write, because when I was looking at the card, I was going to put the panel of basic white here, and I'm looking at it, I'm going, well, there's no room for a sentiment, no room to write anything, so I decided I was going to put on the back. And then I had the two butterflies like that I cut that I am going to adhere to the back. As soon as I find my glue, oh, my glue dots are right in front of me. And I still haven't bought this stamp set, but I really do like the DSP. Oops. Come on. And we'll just put this one up here like that. And that's it. I just have to do the envelope real quick. And we'll be done. Okay, I'm just going to stamp the flower on the front again. And give it a quick color. We're going to close that before I stick my hand in it. While that's drying, I'm going to adhere the DSP to the flat. Give this a quick little trim. Whenever you're coloring on the envelopes, you want to put just something, piece of scrap paper or something. Oh, I guess the glue. Okay. Something on the inside so that it doesn't bleed all the way through. I mean, I'm pressing very lightly, so it probably would not bleed all the way through. But you want to just put something on the inside so that it doesn't go through. And I'm just going to add the color just the same as I did for the card. If you make this card on Friday, it will be posted on my Facebook page. In the comments, add put a picture of your card. I like to see everybody when they make their cards. I have one of my team members, Jillian, I don't know if she's on today, but she usually makes my fun folds and then shares it in the comments of my on my Facebook page. And I'm not doing any kind of fancy coloring here. I'm just kind of actually really just dotting it. I am not a fancy colorer. I'm not a very good blender with the colors. I mean, I blend them, but I don't go back and forth. I just add a little color. That's it. In my eyes, sometimes less is more. Okay, so there you go. And like I said, I might add a couple more butterflies. I'm not sure because over here looks a little blank. But it's it's kind of a Z fold, but just in thirds instead of that the front half is in quarters, I guess, because it would be a quarter, quarter, and then a half. The whole card is just cut into thirds, and then I made little blocks just to pop up. Okay, I hope you like this and you will give it a try. Again, all the measurements, everything will be on my blog on Friday, creativestampindesigns.com. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at creativestampindesigns@gmail.com. I'd be happy to help you. Otherwise, I hope to see you here next Wednesday. I plan on being back on Wednesday, same time. All right, thanks for joining, everyone. And I will post that, the tax-free, the sales tax, back to school thing, whatever it is. It will be posted on my blog since I couldn't print it out and show you anyway. But I do know Alabama and I think when I say Puerto Rico, I think they both start on the 15th. All right, thanks for joining, everyone. I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.